I'd been struggling with weight. I'd lost like 30 pounds following like an Atkins type diet, but then it just started creeping back on again, and I wasn't changing my eating. I wasn't eating a lot of junk, and so I thought, there's got to be something more than just calories and just, I was riding the bike and nothing was happening. In fact, I was gaining weight. I was concerned, yes, was it worth the investment? What if I made the investment and it was just too much for me and I just couldn't do it, and I said, forget it, this isn't worth it. That was or what if it was too hard for me? What if I couldn't make the changes, and was I going to fail? So I'm sleeping better. And when I don't sleep well, I have a different attitude about it. It's like looking back to see what I did. A few nights ago, I was up all night long, half awake, and I'm like, what's wrong? Well, one of the things I don't do anymore is drink coffee every day. Well, I'd had a cup of coffee in the afternoon, and so I knew, uh-oh, I shouldn't be drinking coffee. So I feel a lot more energy. I feel a lot better about myself and what I'm doing. I feel like I'm eating better. I just feel better about the choices I'm making. One of the things I used to, drink diet soda, probably 4 or 5 bottles, the 16-ounce, whatever bottles a day, diet cola. So there's caffeine and there's all the chemicals of the fake sugar. And I've stopped drinking any diet soda. That's a huge change for me. And in fact, I went to drink one the other day. I thought, I haven't had one in a long time. I'm going to have a treat, and I ended up throwing it out. All I could think of was, what am I putting into my body? So that's better. Now I've gone, when did we talk last? 2 weeks ago, a week ago?
Yeah.
I've managed to go a week without getting on the scale. That's kind of a big deal.
Mm-hmm. It is a big deal.
So those are the ways. I generally feel better about how I'm taking care of myself. Well, all my life I've dieted. I've done all sorts of things. Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, Atkins, South Beach, you name it, I've tried it. What's different about this is it's not a diet, and kind of helped me realize that weight loss wasn't going to be the main goal, that I am who I am, no matter what size I wear, I am who I am, and that I needed to feel like I was making good choices. So it's like a whole lifestyle change. I'm not giving up certain things until I lose the weight, and then I've just changed my whole perspective on wanting to make good choices. I don't always make good choices, but some of the choices, like diet soda, I don't make anymore at all. I will have a cup of coffee once in a while. I enjoy having a cup of coffee once in a while. If I'm out, I may not have all organic. Sometimes I don't buy organic meat, but in general, I buy grass-fed meat. I buy as many vegetables as I can organically, and I feel good about just these changes that I'm making. Whereas in the past, the goal was to lose the weight, then I could stop doing this anymore.
Right.
And I don't feel like that. I feel like I still have, this is a journey. I'm always going to be perfecting things and changing things, but it just feels different.
Yeah.
It feels like I'm changing the way my life is, rather than just trying to lose some weight.
Right. Right. Awesome.
So I wasn't too worried about myself, but I dragged my husband. And he's like, I'm going to go just to be there with you. I might as well hear about what you're going to do. He hasn't made the same number of changes that I have. However, he has made a lot of changes. He doesn't eat the sugar he does. He eats, obviously, this vegetables and things that I do that are organic. And when he goes shopping, he'll buy organic. Even if I'm not there to say, we've got to get this. And he was able to do it, and he feels better. The other thing is you don't have to be 100%. And I guess everybody's got a set where they're going to be. If somebody's personal goal is 50% of the time, that's better than 0% of the time. So you can tailor it to how you want it to be and make it fit for you. You know, at first I thought, well, I'm not going to do this 90%. I mean, I'm wrong. And I'm finding that it's easier and easier.
Yeah.
It just kind of naturally happens. And like, I don't have any sugar cravings anymore. I really don't. Once in a while, somebody will have some hard candy and I'll eat one. And then I think, I really wish I hadn't done that. It wasn't. But I don't have cravings for dessert, you know, and water. I find that I'll say, oh, I want something, you know, other than water. I go to drink something else. I'm like, I really want a glass of water.
Yeah.
So I just, it's not rigid. And I guess even if you don't do any more than 50% or whatever you choose, you're learning a lot. You're learning all of this information. I mean, I've learned things from you, and then I've researched more things, and I've read things, and I guess I just feel really good about the choices I'm making. So I wouldn't be afraid of it. I was afraid of it. I thought, what if I fail? Well, you can't fail. Even if someone's at 0 decides, forget it, I'm not going to do it, they've learned things that are important to know. I mean, we have the right to know how things affect our bodies. So I think you can't lose because you learn. There's just a whole different feeling about how I view my body. I mean, of course, I have issues with, you know, how I look in those clothes or whatever, but how I treat my body. The feeling of I'm doing this for me, I'm treating myself well, I'm making these choices because I don't want to hurt my body. I want to be healthy and strong. And so there's a whole shift in how I view things. And I think that's kind of, it's really freeing in a way because I'm not constantly questioning, oh, is this the best thing to do? Or is that the best thing to do? I just feel really good about the choices I'm making.